Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video. This video is a reminder that you are always being guided towards your highest good, especially when things go wrong or bad and it may seem like the world is against you. This actually is in fact leading you to your breakthrough. It's realigning you to the path that you're supposed to be on. So maybe you lost your job, your car just broke down, you found out your girlfriend, your husband cheated on you. Maybe you have been sick for the past 2 weeks and really been struggling with your health. So yes, of course, these things are never pleasant to experience, but what do you think each one of these negative experiences are trying to teach you? That there's a different way of going about things. So for sickness, it's showing you where you get to work on yourself. Is your diet really locked in? Are you really exercising? Are you really getting enough sleep and rest and downtime so you can recover, so your immune system is strong? So although the sickness sucks to experience, it's showing you where you get to improve as a person, as a human. Your soul's calling and guiding you towards what is best for you at this time. So you're on your last dime. You just lost your job. Okay, so you're short on money. What is this situation teaching you? Is it teaching you how to be resourceful? How to continue in the face of adversity and maintain a positive attitude? Is it showing you what skills you need to learn so that you are an asset to whatever company and whatever you do, so that your money is never short? Maybe you already make a bunch of money, but you still find yourself being broke. So what is that situation teaching you? How good are you at managing your money? These are all questions to ask yourself, because indeed you are always being guided towards your greatest life, towards your happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling, abundant life. And the negative experiences are only here to do two things: to teach us lessons and to show us what we do not want in our lives in order to guide us to what we do want to be guided towards. Because as the video started and is the theme of today, you are always being guided towards your greatest good. So whatever experiences you're experiencing that are negative, whatever situations that are troubling or challenge you, what is this asking you to learn? What are these situations calling you to become in order to overcome whatever is in front of you? So your partner cheated on you. Okay, well, what is that showing you about yourself, about who you choose? Are you coming from a place of wound and hurt and abandonment that you're so desperate for love that you'll attach to any partner, and you kind of go into it with rose-colored glasses so that you find yourself in the situation that you're in? So what's the situation teaching you? What is it asking you to be aware of? Your own wounds, so that you're not codependent and so desperate for love and attention from another person that you take your time before getting into a romantic relationship with another human being. Each one of these experiences highlight our weak areas. One of the personal experiences I'll share is actually my first and only toxic relationship I'll ever allow myself to be in. I was on top of the world. I was running my own business, my own personal training business in Hermosa Beach. I had been running it successfully for about 4 years on my own at this point, after working in a big box gym for a year. Life was great. I was making 6 figures. I made my own schedule. I had amazing clients. I had started a podcast at the time. I was starting to get into personal development. On top of the fitness, I was on top of the world. And I ended up getting into a relationship with a woman who was just narcissistic. It was, again, my only ever toxic relationship I'll ever allow myself to be in. And I just wasn't aware of it at the time, because as they say, when you're posing for the picture and you're inside the frame, it's hard to see everything, right? And so I had my rose-colored glasses on. I was on top of the world. I was like, man, I'm so in tune with my intuition and on my path right now, and nothing can stop me. And the universe humbled me in the form of another person, and she showed all of my biggest weaknesses, my biggest pains that I needed to heal. And so although that was so painful that I went into a deep depression, and man, it really knocked me out in so many ways. I ended up losing my business and my clients because I was in such a terrible and mental and emotional state. I couldn't show up for the people that were hiring me. So it really changed the trajectory of my life. Now, why did that happen? In retrospect, there's two ways to go about it. I could say, oh, what a terrible person, it's all her fault, blah, 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 and go down that route. No, because that's giving the situation and that person all of my power and embodying a victim mentality. That's not who I am. The higher perspective and the truth of each matter is that each one of these negative experiences come in again in order to teach us what we need to learn in order to become better people. So that now, as I ascend and build what I'm building and I'm embodying an even better version of myself, I have that experience to remember, so that as I do get involved with whoever my partner will be, I take my time, that I approach things differently, that I look at things truthfully, authentically, not behind a codependent abandonment wound and an avoidant attachment style and all these different things, that I can come at it wholeheartedly, authentically, and be able to discern and see the truth behind each matter. Discernment is something that is incredibly important. So what is discernment? It is listening to your intuition about a certain situation, about a certain relationship, a certain experience or circumstance, and discerning, is this something that is true for me? Is this something that isn't right with me? Trusting your intuition in order to discern and make decisions as to what is best for you, not necessarily what you want, but more about what you need, what is best for you. And what I mean by that is, you know that you want Taco Bell right now, but you said you were going to get in shape this year, and so is Taco Bell the best thing for you? No, you've got to discern that. So although you want it, what's best for you is that you go home and you eat like a healthy sandwich with a bunch of meat and veggies or something like that. So you have to discern and trust your intuition beyond what your ego, those desires, are pulling you towards. That's not to say, of course, that we don't balance these things out. And there's a time for Taco Bell. There's a time for In-N-Out. There's a time for, going out and drinking with your friends. But is it best to do this at this particular time? That is for you to choose and discern for yourself through the power of your own intuition. So leading us into intuition. What is intuition? Intuition is your soul speaking to you. And it doesn't necessarily speak to you in a voice like I'm speaking to you on the video, or maybe it does through synchronicity and coincidence, through law of vibration. But often our intuition is that quiet voice within our hearts, within our souls, that's speaking to us that says, go here, do this, don't engage with that person anymore, quit eating this type of food, this is no longer good for you, you need to go to bed right now, get off your phone. It is a voice, your soul, your higher self communicating with you, trying to, as again the theme of the video is, guide you towards your greatest good. It often will speak in a whisper, through a message, through another person or experience. Until we learn to quiet our minds, we learn to block out the external, social media, thoughts, opinions, beliefs from other people, our family, our coworkers, etc., and get in tune with ourselves in a quiet space alone, so that we can hear that little whisper. Because when you do this and you get in solitude and you allow yourself to be in silence, that is when your intuition will go from a whisper to a soft voice, from a soft voice to a plain voice, from a plain voice like I'm speaking to you to a loud burst in your ear and your heart. And energetically, you can just feel and you know right away that, oh my God, that person is terrible to be around, or oh my gosh, they're not who I thought I would be, or actually, I thought this business idea was a good idea. It's really not, and now I can see clearly why. It's listening to your own inner guidance system. This is your intuition. As you tune in deeper into your own intuition, that quiet whisper, it will become easier to follow, especially when you see the external positive results as a result of you listening to that inner voice. You will begin to trust it more. You will begin to develop a more trusting, clear, reliable relationship with your own intuition, and be able to discern what that voice is. Is this really me, or is this from somebody else? Here's a clue if it is from your intuition, or if you are being influenced by another person, place, or thing, etc. Your intuition will always want what is truly best for you. Now, again, in the moment, you may be super stressed out and your intuition is telling you to go get Taco Bell. Go get it. There's a time and a place. Each situation is different. Or at other times, your intuition may be saying, no, it's not time for junk food. It's time to go and eat healthy. Your voice, your intuition will always want what's best for you, okay? And it will want what's best for you as long as it doesn't hurt or harm or take away from anybody else. So if your voice, that little voice says, oh, do this, but it's going to harm another person, that's your ego. That is not your higher self. Your higher self will want what's best for you and other people. So in order to align with this inner guidance system, we've got to be in silence so that we can allow the energy to clear, get in solitude so that the thoughts, influences, behaviors, energies of other people do not affect us. And eventually when you get really good and you're meditating and you really tune into yourself, it doesn't matter who you're around or what you're doing, because you, again, learn to discern what is best for you, what is your inner voice, and what is the influence of another person. You're always being guided towards your highest good. You're always being guided towards what is best for you. If you've been in toxic relationships or crappy jobs, etc., in order to guide you to your greater calling, to the loving relationship you want, what you have may first have to burn down, as the tarot card or the tarot deck calls it. The occult, the Kabbalistic, it's all spiritual though. It's all the same thing. You may have to have a tower moment. Tower moment meaning stuff might have to burn down, because how can something new and better come into your life if what existed before hasn't burnt down? Doesn't mean it completely has to burn down, but it might. So when it's uncomfortable, remember this video, remember what we're talking about here, that it is guiding you towards your highest good. So that's what I got for you today, guys. You're always being guided. Trust your intuition. Get in contact with your spirit guides. Spend time in journaling, meditation, and in solitude and in nature. These are basic things that are virtually free that you can do that will align you with the path that you're supposed to be on, your happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling, abundant life. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in another video very soon. Peace.